as the 2023 presidential election gains momentum. It's just right at the corner. The political atmosphere is already tensed up. The core presidential candidates are on their toes to ensure that they emerge victorious at the polls. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of Labour Party, has continued to attract attention, vituperations, following the support he accrued by millions of youth in Nigeria, especially the recent endorsement he got from former head of state, former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Now, this does not come with its own backlash. In fact, right now, there are a lot that is going on. There is so much that is going on. Now, divergent views have continued to trail the endorsement of the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi by former President Olusegun Obasanjo. On New Year's Day, Obasanjo condemned the president of the day, Muhammadu Buhari's regime and administration, for failing to translate the aspirations of Nigerians. He then endorsed Peter Obi. Now, before we proceed, I want you to understand that this same man that is endorsing one person, that is accusing one government, had opportunity not once, not twice, 3 times. In fact, he wanted to become president for life. He wanted to have this, he wanted to retain seat as president. He wanted to continue, spend 8 years, 9 years, and keep revoting himself in until certain individuals raised up their eyes and they looked at him and said, man, if you try this, you will go down. Well, he stepped aside, and one will wonder, Obasanjo, when he was president, when he was head of state, what did he do differently? Nigeria did not become better. Things did not change. We are still where we are, and it is getting worse. But this is a man that presents himself as a man of integrity. He writes article, writes a lot, and begin to talk to the other president as if he was never there, as if when he was there, he made a change. I don't know how someone can be so pretentious or have a false, bearing about himself. This is terrible. Now, endorsing Peter Obi is his personal choice, which has nothing to do with, any envy or whatever it is. It is okay. Everybody has a right to choose whatever they want to choose. The elder, are we going to call him elder statesman? Well, we can give him elder, but he is not a statesman per se. These are the group of people who were part of the Civil War. These are the group of people who decided to drop their military uniform after they've done what they needed to do. They've killed a lot of people. They've done a lot of terrible things. And they came back and want to be called elder statesmen. Well, he said he had interactions with major presidential contestants in the 2023 presidential election who claimed to be his mentees. And Obi, among them, is youthful, has the ability not to only unite the country, has a listening ear, and is willing to rescue Nigeria from this present economic collapse. Peter Obi has in the last 3 days been endorsed by elder statesman, if we want to call him that. Let us just give him elder, let's just give him that. Now we have Edwin Clark, leader of the Pan Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, and Obasanjo, both of them. We have them, and these are sparked reactions from the All Progressive Congress, APC, and People's Democratic Party. The presidential candidate of the new Nigeria People's Party, NNP, Rabiu Kwankwaso. Tinubu had described the endorsement made by Obasanjo as worthless. He said, who is this one? Obasanjo is just a political paperweight. He does not possess any political goodwill to make anyone win a councillorship or presidential election. And they even went further to say, during Obasanjo's political career, he did not even win his own village, his own town, his own ward, where he's from. He said he did not even win. That the next term, they had to hijack, they had to do some, funny thing for him to just win his own. And I said, well, about that, it is not really important, although it is very necessary that this should be like, this person is from this place, let them vote for him. It doesn't necessarily mean. Obasanjo was just brought in to compensate and also knowing fully well that Obasanjo will do basically nothing. He was brought in to compensate for MK Abiola's inability to be president of Nigeria. Now, Atiku, via his spokesman, Dino Melaye, said Obasanjo is posturing as Nigeria electoral janitor when he is not the custodian of the key to Aso Rock. Kwankwaso advised him to stop disgracing himself, insisting that Peter Obi's endorsement was based on religious and ethnic sentiments. Responding to criticism from the trio, popular deputy campaign manager, engineer of the Obidati campaign council said the APC and the PDP were living in self-deceit. Now, these are all vituperations. This is common. This is normal. We are in the season, and this is what is expected. That is what they are going to do anyway. They are going to speak and say just anything to make sure that they appear as the right candidate, or they are going to say whatever it is that their principal wants them to say. Now, he queried why the presidential aspirants claimed the endorsement was worthless, yet they preferred to visit Obasanjo to endorse them. Did they really visit Obasanjo, or are they just performing what they call courtesy visit, move around like it's the culture? You move around certain individual, move around this person, move around that person, so as to appear like we are all in it together. If Tinubu had refused or rejected or didn't go to meet Obasanjo, maybe, I don't know, it's still one of those things anyway. Maybe he was advised, go and visit this person, go and visit that person, consult with them. And you know how it is, it's a terrible culture. Visiting people who have been there before, people who have never added value, it's just a sign of decay, total decay. Now, Balami, in defense of the former president, argued that Buhari celebrated and praised Obasanjo for endorsing him in 2015. And, he said, if Obasanjo is not important, why did Tinubu visit him? If endorsement of people that matter is not important, why did APC become so desperate and even went to a former Afenifere leader to endorse and bless them when the incumbent Afenifere leader endorsed and blessed OP? If endorsement is not important, in 2015, when Obasanjo endorsed Buhari, Buhari spoke on CNN and said that Obasanjo was someone that his opinion mattered. He said Obasanjo endorsement meant a lot and it would attract so many followers. How can a former head of state military, head of state, former president endorse someone and you say the endorsement means nothing? I think it is self-deceit. The worst thing in this life is for someone to lie and deceive himself. I think the APC and the PDP are living in self-denial, but in the next couple of weeks, they will realize that Nigerians have made up their mind to take back their country through Peter Obi, and it is not a matter of what they think anymore, it's a matter of reality. This is just what it is. And the issue of BVAs has come to stay. They can go and buy as much vote as they want to buy. People are tired, and they will do what is right. You can't say Edwin Clark endorsement means nothing. When it suits them, they are happy, but when it doesn't, they say something else. For us, we are focused. We are just about 6 months into this, and we have made them have sleepless night, and it will continue until we take over Nigeria, take over the country. This is not about Peter Obi and Dati. Nigerians are tired. I will advise the APC and PDP to be honest to themselves. This the words and vituperations that you will hear. Of course. Well, it is not only OBJ that has endorsed Peter Obi, said some people. They said more prominent right-thinking Nigerians. That is to let you know that there are certain prominent Nigerians who are not endorsing Peter Obi. In fact, Peter Obi has gained less support from his kinsmen, from people from the southeast of Nigeria. Eagles, no, he has gained nothing from them. They are not in support of Peter Obi. They are asking him to shut up. They are asking him to sit down. They are saying he's just trying to be, too forward and that he doesn't want to listen to them. Whatever that is, we will see, apart from we being religious, saying God will take care of it, God will do this, which, of course, God has power to do a lot. But we have to take action, and we cannot deceive ourselves. Is Peter Obi coming in? Of course, he's not going to say that. Is he going to come in and say, you know what? The earlier the better we break apart and move in our direction, the better it is for Nigeria. That's it. the better it is for every individual. All of this election, Peter Obi is going to come in to do this and that. So if Peter Obi unified Nigeria, let's assume Peter Obi wants to do some great things in Nigeria for 4 years, 8 years. After that, what next? We will come back to the decay. Because someone from the north, uneducated, or someone from the southeast, uneducated, someone from the southwest, uneducated, or evil person comes in and begins to do whatever it is. Because why? The constitution is useless when presidents step in. They do whatever they like. What are we talking about? Are we going to continue like that? 8 years, you feel good? Let us assume. Let us assume. I'm not saying Peter Obi is going to do anything great. Even the Mr. I am supporting, I am endorsing. What did he do? What did Obasanjo do? Did Obasanjo make anybody's life better? Did he turn Nigeria around? So, what I'm saying is that let us open our eyes. Don't let us be foolish. After 4 years, after 8 years, what will become of you? You will turn back. Cows will begin to litter your streets again because someone from the north is now the president. Let us just break this thing apart and focus. Do not forget to like and share this video. Do not forget to subscribe if you are new here.